These people that are infecting the gaming industry hate men. That's karma. You fucking asked for it with your fucking behavior. We're the only ones that are ever wrong. Not Alyssa Mercante. She wouldn't dare ever come out and say, I'm sorry. She doubled the fuck down. Your message is bullshit. The only person that didn't disavow anything was you. You need to apologize to Smash's wife. But I honestly don't think you could do it. Alyssa Mercante, there's going to be a long video, but I want you to listen to what I have to say. It's not going to be nice. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I would say maybe some of this video is a little bit of an open letter to you, should you watch this. It's going to be a lot of negative criticism towards you, especially in regards to what's going on with the whole Smash JT wife situation where you contacted his wife. But I'm also going to talk about you being doxxed and overall my opinions of the whole situation. So hopefully you watch this video with an open mind, and hopefully you prove me wrong about your character. And to anybody else watching this, hopefully you guys listen and gain a little bit of different perspective, whether you're for Smash JT and my side and people that are against Alyssa Mercante, or whether you're a stout Alyssa Mercante defender. Maybe some form or fashion this video will, I guess, open up a new perspective overall. So let's get started. If you've been following the channel, you're no stranger to my thoughts on Alyssa Mercante and her behavior as far as a gaming journalist goes. Now, I'd been blocked for quite some time. She actually unblocked me recently, which leads me to believe she's actually trying to fish for information about my family. Why do I come to this conclusion? Because she actually contacted Smash JT's wife just the other day. Smash JT is a gaming influencer who made videos talking about Miss Mercante in a negative light. And as we know, with people like Mercante and Kotaku, IGN, GameSpot, they don't like negative feedback. These people that live in these weird liberal echo chambers, this woke side of the gaming industry, they don't want negativity. And if you give them negativity, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're anti-feminist, you're anti-LGBTQ, you're everything under the sun but a son of God, so to speak. She contacted Smash JT's wife, and my video said Alyssa Mercante threatened his family, and I stand by that statement. I got into a war of words with a little musclehead snowflake on Twitter. I guess he's an Alyssa Mercante simp. He apparently runs a gaming podcast as well. Don't know, don't care. But he took it out on me pretty bad. He tried to insult me. He called me a moron. He said that she didn't fucking threaten his family. Exchange of words were said. This guy got so desperate to try to find a gotcha on me that he actually talked to a troll account that doxes people and has even made fake nudes about me. If you watched my video not too long ago, I made a video about Dick Pic Gate. This account literally made fake nudes about me. And this guy was so excited to have a potential gotcha. And then when he realized that the account actually was pretty sus, he still failed to admit defeat and apologize. This is on brand for this type of person. He's like, oh, I still believe the bad things about Eric. That's the type of people that we're dealing with that are infecting this gaming industry. Alyssa Mercante did threaten his family. Maybe not violently, maybe not with physical aggression, but contacting family members and messaging them with an intent to intimidate and harass is threatening. It can be taken as a threatening manner, and Smash JT is taking it like a champ right now. If it was me, it would be 10 times worse. I would be so angry that I would probably be finding a way to legally pursue action against Mercante. But her defenders, they're doubling down. They're going on and saying that she had every right to do it because she's a target of harassment. For whatever reason, they seem to be associating Smash JT with other people's actions. And that's not how it works. Because one person is giving you actual constructive criticism, you're going to lump them in with people that are giving you death threats, people that are actually making Photoshop images of you that are in bad taste. Although you did put yourself in front of a green screen and antagonize people to make photos of you in weird predicaments. You literally did that. You're literally asking for it on a daily basis, and then you play the victim card. Well, shortly after this whole her contacting Smash JT's wife, she supposedly got doxxed. Let me go ahead and say this right now, cleared out of the air. I disavow actions of people being doxxed or sent death threats, especially towards Miss Mercante. Never said do that. I've never encouraged targeted harassment. I've always said only constructive feedback in her behavior. Me saying that she acts insufferable online, that she's not professional, that she misrepresented a CEO just the other day that made that farm game, that's not targeted harassment. That's giving constructive criticism to somebody that's a journalist. You would think that somebody that's a gaming journalist would actually understand what feedback is, because I'm sure in her day and time in her career, throughout her journalistic journey, she's had to do reviews. She's had to provide feedback about people, products, places, you name it. She's a public figure just as much as I am, but that doesn't mean go and actually dox somebody and send death threats just because you don't like what they're saying. But unfortunately, this day and age, when it's a divisive topic like this, when it's being compared to Gamergate levels, this is literally being called Gamergate 2, with all this DE&I and Sweet Baby Inc. stuff coming on, and you're seeing a lot of politics invade this sphere, it gets really divisive to the point where there's going to be people online underneath anonymity that are hiding under accounts that will stir the pot, that will try to send death threats, that will try to dox, that will try to intimidate. It happens to everybody. I mean, it's happened to me in the past. I know it's happened to Smash JT in the past. And apparently it's happened to Alyssa. The one thing that you don't want to do when this happens is acknowledge it. So when Alyssa Mercante came out, made a big production that she got doxxed and that it was doxing of family members and that she was fearing for her life, if it really happened, she's only antagonizing people to do it more, which I do not stand for that. If I find out anybody in my comment section is participating in that, they will be gone. That doesn't mean I'm defending Alyssa in any shape, form, or fashion. I still do not appreciate her actions and her words as far as trying to antagonize people in the gaming industry, to call gamers that don't appreciate, I guess, her opinion, that have a difference of opinion. She tries to label them as bigots and harassers. And somebody actually messaged me because I guess there was a tweet going on where somebody executed her in virtual reality, and they tried to pin me as part of that as well. I've never liked, retweeted, or shared, or followed any accounts that have done any kind of violent threats towards Alyssa Mercante in virtual reality. It has nothing to do with me. Other people's actions have nothing to do with Smash JT, because we're making videos talking about Alyssa Mercante in a negative manner doesn't mean that we support the same thoughts and opinions of others. It's funny because people like Alyssa Mercante, people like Jessica Cogswell, all these liberal arts degree holders, they like to put in their bio next to the pronouns that they always put in the Ukraine flag, they like to put all opinions are mine. Well, all opinions are mine. Nobody else's opinions are mine. Nobody else's opinions are Smash's. We have every right to use our platforms to talk about her behavior, to talk about all this weird narrative and agendas that her and others similar to her push on social media and on their editorials and what forth. We don't have to like your writing. We don't have to agree with it. And that's how life works. Just like you don't have to like this. But when the name calling goes a little too personal, when the doxing happens, when all that weird nonsense like death threats happens, that's when things start to get a little too far. And both sides of the equation might not be innocent at all about it. But I can tell you from my standpoint, and I've talked to Smash privately, we're not cool with that. With that said, it was not cool that you contacted his wife. And I'm going to hold true to that opinion and that statement, that that was trying to threaten with intimidation tactics, to contact somebody's wife to try to stir up their marriage, all because of a petition that he made to end Kotaku, which has, I believe, over 2,000 signatures as we speak. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. And I think this backfired on her immensely. You can see that there's a huge brigade against her. Smash JT's gotten over thousands of subs now. He's been on side scrollers. He's been interviewed on other podcasts. His Twitter is blowing up. It boosted a lot more people that probably weren't aware about Alyssa Mercante that now see her in a different light and think that it's weird that Kotaku's allowing somebody to stay employed that would do something like that. To this day, how she still has a job completely blows my mind. At any other professional environment, if somebody broke a boundary that bad, they would be let go. So you could see that the other day Kotaku let go of a few employees. It was my surprise that she wasn't gone yet. There was rumblings because her bio was changed and Kotaku wasn't in it. And I guess maybe she was troll baiting people to talk about her to see who's spying on her. I didn't jump the gun on that. I did make a meme in response to Smash's video, post about it, not video, post about it on Twitter saying I prayed for this. But in all honesty, a lot of the stuff that I post on Twitter is shit posting and just to engagement form. I really am surprised, though, that she didn't lose her job. At this point, if I was in charge and able to call the shots and I had an employee that had the type of lack of professionalism that Alyssa Mercante has, she would have been gone a long time ago. Now, she's back. She kind of took a break after she announced that she was doxxed. And it seems like she's still doubling down on her attitude about the whole situation. In fact, it's pretty much disgusting. I really wanted to give her a benefit of a doubt of hey, you know what? I feel bad. I have a little bit of empathy because I am empathetic. I have a lot of empathy for people. And I was like, man, I kind of feel bad if she really got some death threats and her family's fearing for their safety. But her tweet from today was in bad taste. She posted doubling down that there was nothing wrong with contacting families and letting them know about people's behaviors. So essentially, she learned nothing from this experience. And with that said, what do you expect if you're acting the way that you are online, then to have people come after you? The internet's full of a lot of crazy people that do stupid stuff, that don't understand boundaries. And if you're going to act the way that you act, Alyssa Mercante, you're literally asking people to come after you, even if you're not saying it directly. And I disavow that. It's not cool at all. But, for example, the other day you made a tweet saying, if I fucked up, I would expect somebody to do that and contact my family, and they'd be like, oh, yeah, that's her, or something to that effect. There was like some kind of tweet that you said. Then a roundabout way, maybe almost a passive-aggressively way, you kind of were challenging people to contact your family. And I've seen other similar tweets from other people that are in your sphere. You guys don't understand. Even if you feel you haven't done anything wrong, the internet will find something wrong to come after you for. Now, one thing that I noticed 9 times out of 10 when it comes to people like Alyssa and even this big John, musclehead, freak, whatever, they're angry. They're quite angry all the time. And that alone is enough to make people retaliate against you online. That's just how it is. And I've learned from personal experience, when you come across as indifferent towards people, the internet can become a pretty cruel place. But just looking at the responses alone from this musclehead guy, he's definitely looking for people to come after him. He's threatening to put arm bars on them at conventions. He's real mouthy. You see clips of him on his podcast. He comes across as like really fucking angry. And you'll see posts where he's like, oh, I'm so depressed. It's good thing it's leg day today. No wonder you're depressed. You fucking hate your life. And that's what it comes across like with all these people. These people that sign up to be community managers or editors for, websites. They're all so insufferable, angry people. When you think of somebody that's writing for the gaming industry or somebody that's a community manager or somebody that is a figurehead of a podcast, you got to have a presentation. You got to have a face. You got to be able to, at least when you're writing for a huge mass of people, You got to be able to be something that people can relate to and get along with, not somebody that's so divisive. And some people might be saying, "Oh, Eric, that's pot calling the kettle black because you're always anti woke and anti diversity and anti this." No, I'm not anti diversity. I'm not anti LGBTQ. I'm not anti people of color. I'm anti fucking DE&I, like the shoehorned consultation shit that's infecting this thing, that's making people sick in the head, that don't want real diversity, that don't want real stories, real characters, real good games. They want stuff fit in so that people could identify. They don't want real characters. They want a character that, oh, she's only important because she's black. She's only important because she's gay. They don't want it to be because, hey, she's a badass character that people can look up to. When I look at diversity and stuff, the last thing that I think of is color, race, religion. I think of characteristics that give somebody real good character traits. I'm an English major. I've written stories. I've written books. When I create characters, I create people that can relate through traits, through being a good individual, through good morals and character strengths and weaknesses. When you try to put all this other crap like Sweet Baby Inc. tries to force feed into us, that's where I get tired of it. And that's what I speak out against. I'm not purposely writing articles like Alyssa Mercante does to single out straight male gamers, or like Jessica Cogswell does to single out straight white male gamers. These people that are infecting the gaming industry hate men, hate gamers, hate everything that all of you guys stand for. And then they play the fucking victim when they antagonize people for weeks and months. And then when they get any kind of negative feedback, it's too hot for them. The kitchen gets way too hot. And then they start to get scared of trolls and anonymous accounts death threatening and doxing and all that. That's karma. You fucking asked for it with your fucking behavior. And it's not right by any fucking means, but don't play the fucking victim like you haven't done anything. That's the problem with these people that are in the gaming industry. And then none of them ever want to admit when they're wrong. They only want people like Smash JT or Grums or myself to admit when we're wrong. They're the ones that want to shame and place blame on people like us, people that speak up, people that fight against the narratives. We're the only ones that are ever wrong. Not Alyssa Mercante. She wouldn't dare ever come out and say, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have contacted Smash JT's wife." No, she doubled the fuck down and said she was right to do it. That's how these people think. And that's why I do what I do with my content and why I speak up about people like them. Not because I want them to die, not because I want them to get executed. It's because I want them to fucking have consequences for their fucking actions. Like all the rest of us have to be held accountable. I'm a content creator. Smash is a content creator. All the people that you think of on YouTube, they're not immune to feedback. They're not immune to criticism. So why the fuck is Alyssa Mercante immune to it? Why the fuck is Jessica Cogswell immune to it? Why is this Big John Musclehead guy, which, funny enough, he actually recently interviewed Alyssa Mercante. So, you know, they're deep in like this. Why is he allowed to be immune to it? That's what I don't get. And that's why people like me and Smash and Grums and even Hypnotic and Melody Mac and Side Scrollers and anybody else that you could think of on this side of the fence, Vera Dark, we are speaking up against the hypocrisy. That's the issue. It's not because we are, you know, afraid of what message you're sending. Your message is bullshit. That's what it is. And guess what? That's our opinion, and we're fucking entitled to say it. And it doesn't seem like we're alone in that, because if you look at Twitter, the whole world of Twitter is collapsing around these people, and they are literally like the people dying on the hill of this weird fucking outlook in life that they have. And I feel sorry for them to an extent, to think that they can antagonize and be immune to criticism and act the way that they are. For example, I just literally opened my Twitter page, and right here is Smash actually engaging with one of the big culprits I see online most of this time now. This first name Taylor, last name Crude account is probably one of the biggest insufferable people I've seen on there. You see, Smash says they don't care about facts or truth. They care about protecting their own and living on Fantasy Island. At Taylor Cock, you are pathetic. And you can see he's standing right here. He's standing exactly right here on the sword of Alyssa Mercante contacting Smash's wife. DMing someone's wife because they repeatedly harass you and uplift death threats is not the same thing as publicly publishing someone's address, and I cannot believe we're having this discussion. Again, he's mixing in different things. Smash JT never death threatened or called for violence against Alyssa Mercante. Smash says, this sounds like an incredible fantasy. Tell me more about this and how I repeatedly harass her. I'm dying to know what you invent here. And then he also said, right back after no reply, of course, on brand, maybe my last tweet slipped through the cracks. Wanted to follow up and make sure you saw it. And this is the maturity that people like this Taylor guy say. More like trash PP. Smash goes on to say, it's really strange that you're totally cool with tossing out baseless, untrue accusations against other people. Let me know how that works out for you. And yeah, that's practically on brand with people like this. Absolutely no maturity, no tact. They sit and they cry. As DSP Gaming would say, they are whiny babies, right? And if you don't fall in line, they will say every immature, pathetic, stupid fucking reply ever, right? Now, I got my bookmarks here. Bookmarks are fucking great. Bookmarks are great. This is how I organize myself. But that was right off my homepage. But my bookmarks, oof, I've been saving a plethora of tweets today for you guys. This is from Sebastian saying, Alyssa Mercante is just lying again to play the victim after the news spread that she was the one who actually stalked the family of a person due to her insanity a short time ago. Convenient timing, eh? At this point, nothing this woman says without 100% proof has anything. And you can see this was a tweet shared by Words of Paradise saying, looks like Alyssa Mercante may have gotten doxxed or someone close to her did. It goes without saying, I obviously don't support whoever did this. It's wrong. It's dangerous. In some places illegal. And they're going on to say that she basically called for this, that it's karma, that they're cosplaying as an activist and a gaming journalist. And it's showing the tweets where she said she essentially got doxxed. And a lot of people are saying that it's something fake to gain sympathy. You can see right off of here, Original Outcast says, how do you know this isn't something fake to gain sympathy? Remember, the wokies want you to believe their narrative. They spent years taking away the things we love and saying we don't deserve them as if we're misbehaving children. Do not show mercy, for they have none. And I got to call a spade a spade. That's actually one outlook to look at it. I still don't care to dox anybody. I disavow the whole thing with Alyssa Mercante still. Even though I find her extremely insufferable, I would not wish danger on anybody's family or anybody's livelihood. But yeah, I mean, for all we know, she could still be making this up. And I know that seems like such a selfish thing to say, but that's how these people are. Continuing on, let's look at the bookmarks. You can see One-Eyed Jack Gaming says, Kotaku, there will be consequences for bad behavior. You must fire Alyssa Mercante now. She has gone too far. And he shows the tweet that she literally said, anyway, I found your wife's Facebook and asked what she thinks about the father of her children harassing a woman online and laughing when she shares that someone they're supporting has been threatening to kill them for weeks. So yeah, totally intimidation there. And again, Kotaku, how she still has a fucking job. Please explain. I would love to understand the reasoning that Alyssa Mercante still has a job for the behavior of contacting somebody's family with malicious intent. Imagine that if you were like a New York Post journalist and you contacted somebody's family in that manner, they'd be fired at any real profession. Legend Art says, look, I get that Smash JT wasn't being the best dude out there, but messing with someone's wife and children is plain sick and disgusting. Elon Musk, please ban Alyssa Mercante. This is getting too far. And you can see more screenshots of the whole situation. And this completely has backfired against them immensely. Jeremy Not Seen says the same exact people who go on and on about death threats and toxicity have no problem issuing their own threats, doxing people, and ruining their lives. Alyssa Mercante has contacted this dude's wife, then cries she got doxed herself. This is insanity. Hashtag and Kotaku. Again, more and more people feel that it was karma for her actions on this. Two wrongs don't make a right at all. Sayal says attention-starved, racist Kotaku journalist Alyssa Mercante can't stop writhing in the hopes anyone will remember them. Her initial harassment and desire to harvest personal information to smear with deliberately incomplete reporting is why anyone knows their name. And yeah, she's going to be known as the Kotaku editor, just like Cogswell's known as the GameSpot editor. It's not a good thing. The reputation that these ladies are starting to make out is going to backfire and look bad. Kotaku laid off a woke propagandist as Alyssa Mercante not long for this world, and this is in response to one of the people that got fired. Now, speaking of the devil with Jessica Cogswell, you can see John Del Rose is saying the GameSpot editor is now defending Kotaku's Alyssa Mercante for harassing Smash JT's family based on someone else's tweets, which don't even say what she says they say. And this is part of that whole virtual execution that they're somehow tying into Smash JT. I still don't understand how Smash JT had anything to do with it. Yeah, he might have liked the post or retweeted something, but he undid the retweet when he actually saw what was going on with it. Half the time when people are reading, they're not reading it, but that was a mistake, an honest mistake. And I already know where people might go on with this. Yeah, well, that's why he needs to vet who he's retweeting. Well, guess what? Big John Musclehead didn't vet who he was liking and contacting when that troll account was saying they had proof of me sending nudes and dick pics to people unwarranted and unwanted. Was he? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, and these people have rules for thee, but not for me when it comes to all that. So, whatever reason they're tying this in, that Smash wants her dead. And that's Jessica Cogswell. I've talked about her in the past. She's just as insufferable as Alyssa Mercante, probably runner-up, I'd feel, my opinion. Another man-hater as well. Here's another banger tweet. This is from Jonathan Irwin, who says, Alyssa Mercante digging the hole deeper is now harassing Smash JT's family online. Now I know I don't always agree with the shit Smash has to say, but he certainly hasn't said anything that warranted his fucking family getting harassed. Keep that beef online, Alyssa. Psycho. Exactly. Bounds. Now, I think Osmond Gold actually talked about this situation, which is only going to amplify it even more. So you can see Sayal posted this clip. I think this is Osmond Gold talking about it. Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. Yeah, he clipped it. Wow.
Today, she was proudly sharing how she was DMing somebody's wife of a person she was having Twitter beef with.
Like, this is like IRL doxing and like getting involved in like people's real life. I would not be surprised if something like this caused her to lose her job.
She then defended herself by saying that people can DM her parents as much as they want. Not a problem at all. Turns out that's the stupidest thing you can ever possibly say on the internet today.
So yeah, Osmond Gold has signal boosted it, and essentially they made her look bad. This is not a good look. Kotaku, why is she still employed? So look, I guess in a way this conclusion is going to be an open letter to Alyssa Mercante. Who knows if she's even fucking watching or cares at this point. I'm sure somebody's going to clip it. But Alyssa Mercante, this message is for you. You need to humble yourself. And this isn't me being a toxic, masculine, whatever you want to call it. Get rid of these buzzwords. Get rid of all your labels. This is from human to human. All right? You need to humble yourself, and you need to apologize to Smash JT. You need to apologize to him for contacting his wife and trying to twist a narrative that he's the one boosting death threats against you and causing harassment. He's not to blame for the harassment that you're getting. He's not to blame for any death threats that you're getting. You can't associate people like myself or Smash making videos giving negative criticism to you as encouraging others to do stuff. We're not responsible for actions, but that doesn't mean we endorse it. I disavow it. Smash has openly disavowed it. Grums, Hypnotic, you name it. Everybody that has critiqued you and made content has openly disavowed this. The only person that didn't disavow anything was you. You doubled down today and said that you still think there's nothing wrong with contacting Smash's wife. And that was a bad look, and that's not going to end well for you, because it's only going to antagonize these people that doxed you, these people that harass you, these people that already don't like you. It's going to antagonize them to do it more. If I were you, and this choice is yours and yours alone, if you do it, fine. If you don't, fine. You need to apologize to Smash's wife and Smash on Twitter. Don't be backhanded about it. It needs to be genuine. But I honestly don't think you could do it. I think that's the only thing that would help tide this over. You can continue to have your insufferable opinions. You can still have your opinions about whatever it is you want, whatever political activism you want to do. But I think that you need to apologize to Smash JT at the very least. With that said, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.